on, Fly.
Away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, I'ma give you two. I'm about 5 seconds away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, two. Now everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. I'm about 5 seconds away from exploding like a time bomb. I'm trying to stay calm. I feel the fire, kinda like Jeremiah. My praise is an elevator that'll take you higher. Never use a liar. You can stop my praise, so I'ma count to 5 and I'm about to go crazy. I'm a wild out, like a new convert, screaming like a kid ahead of my tenor concert. I'm about 5 seconds away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, I'ma give you two. I'm about 5 seconds away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, two. Now everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Praise is crazy, my God's amazing. If I can't stop praising, then y'all can taste me, but that won't faze me, cause of the way he's always by my side in situations I'm facing. My praise is crazy. Wait, I said that before. I guess it's deja vu, like Beyonce and Jay-Z. My praise ain't lazy, cause when things are hazy, the coast scares me just like Patrick Swayze. Oh yeah. 5 seconds away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, I'ma give you two. I'm about 5 seconds away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, two. Now everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Get loose with it, cage on the truth with it. Give me 5 seconds and I'm about to bust through with it. I'm about to praise him, oh he's so amazing. Really got the heat so you can tell him that it's lazy. Something better than Cajun, some call it Shabbat. They call him the cornerstone so you can call him the rock. The only one that can't be in my sweet bye-bye. My suggestion is you get out the way. Why? I'm about 5 seconds away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, I'ma give you two. I'm about 5 seconds away from giving you the most amazing disgrace. I'ma give you five, I'ma give you four, I'ma give you three, two. Now everybody go wild, go wild, go wild, go wild. Everybody go wild, go wild, go wild.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Creole Butterfly Libra Butterfly Coco 929
coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. Other horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kensiata, happy bar mitzvah, happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and everybody under the sound of my voice, okay? And you know I'm the Oprah, the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch, everybody gets a smooch. Wait a minute, I think okay, that's the game show. I'm like, wait a minute, do I hear my voice? Okay, so I'm not on StreamYard today. I am actually on straight YouTube. So the video I was gonna share with you guys, I can't share because one, I don't know how to do it. Okay. I just don't know. Y'all know what? I hate flies. And this is one fly that has been in this house for the last 48 hours and it is bothering me. It won't go nowhere. Okay. It won't let me be great. Anyway, let me go on and get into it. Let me give you the least offensive thing that we're going to talk about today. Okay. Shout out, also shout out to Dunn Daughter. I was over there in her chat for a while. I had already scheduled my live. So if she's still on when I get out of here, I'm going right back over there and catch up. Okay. So, y'all, there will be a movie and it's called uh, Children of Blood and Bone. It's going to come out January 15th, 2027. Okay. And supposedly it is about the Orisha. Okay. It says Orisha comes to life. If you don't know about the Orisha tribe, you may want to look it up. That's Orisha. Okay. And yeah, it's going to be in the theaters. And I can tell you a couple of people that's going to be in it. It looks like it's going to be Regina King. What's my girl? The dark skinned girl who was in the women tribe, or the woman king. She's gonna be in it. Um, Fatima, Aaliyah's old friend and the one who used to do her choreography, she's going to choreograph. She's going to do the musical part in this. Let me see what else. Some of the women that was in Woman King is going to be in here. Some of the men that was in Woman King is going to be in here. What else? Let me see. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. It looks like it's going to be interesting. And you all can look that up. It's called Children of Blood and Bone. So, yeah, they're talking about braiding. I mean, they showing about the culture and where some of the things come from and everything. So, yeah, it's going to be into darn resting. So, hopefully you'll check that out. Not forget to go in there, y'all, and turn down that game show TV. I'm sorry. So I hope YouTube don't ding me for it because they hear it in the background. Come on, fly. Because they hear it in the background and everything. Um, Let me see. What else am I supposed to say right now? Hold on. Because this fly is knocking me off my square, y'all. I swear I hate flies. And this one seems to hide every time we go, like we go to get rid of it, girl, boys and girls and men and women, it hides. Okay. Let me see. I think I'm just gonna get in and go on and go to the nitty gritty of everything that I wanted to talk about. Okay. So let me pull let me pull this up. All right. One of the things I want to tell you guys about is the Department of Defense, okay? And we need to be kind of on, if you don't pray, you need to pray. You know, it's my background for everything, but we need to be kind of on the lookout. And for this is because the Department of Defense, okay, first of all, let me read you what it says. Now, y'all take this for what you want. The Department of Defense has not patented natural, catch that, natural melanin. Rather, U.S. military researchers have filed provisional patents on specific synthetic manufacturing processes, chemical recovery methods, and material applications like electromagnetic shielding and protective dyes using man-made melanin compounds. How you gonna get man-made if you don't use a man? Okay, I'm gonna say it again. How you gonna get man-made melanin if you don't use a human being or a man? Okay. I just thought I'd tell you. Okay. So yeah, they're trying to patent melanated skin. I'm melanin. Now y'all let that set in. Also, I told y'all to look this up. Bill Gates has paid a college professor and some of the students to do research on something that would cover the sun. D3, you know, the vitamin D3 I always tell you all about and everything. D3 is the sun. We are melanated people. We feed off the sun because we are sun people. So y'all do with that what you will, okay? So again, how are you going to patent man-made melanin without a man? Make it make sense. That's what you call double wording. That's what you call double mouthing, two faced it. You talking out of both sides of your neck and you're not making sense. All right. So you know I'm your whisperer. I come and I tell y'all the things that maybe you don't pay attention to, that nobody else that you know is talking about it. So I'm the one that comes and say, hey, check this out. This is what's going on, people. This is what we're gonna do. This is what's happening, you know? Okay, so I want to move on to something. I was gonna actually. I hate I didn't go on StreamYard now because I can pull up all the things of the things. Um, there is something called a ghost lobe. It's like a little pin hole that you have above one of your ears, not your earlobes, but above one of your ears. It's a little bitty pin, like if somebody took a pin and stuck you there and left a permanent mark. It's right at the beginning of your ear. That is called a ghost hole. I'm sorry, ghost lobe. And a ghost lobe is a hoodoo term. Okay. And what that means is, and it's a whole lot of people walking around with them hoes. Like out of six, I want to say you might find one. So let's just say every six person, there might be one that's got that ghost hole. Okay. So let me tell you what that means. And it's important. That's why I brought it up. It's important. Okay. One of my grandkids got it, one of my kids got it, and I got it. That's what's so funny. Okay. Um, so check this out. A ghost lobe, a hole of the ear that allows a person to see and hear ghosts. So when you look at people's ears, right at the beginning, you know, at the beginning of the base of their ear, okay, where the lobe is like right above that. If you see like something that looked like it could have been an earring, not that somebody got a hole, like they were actually born, okay, with that. Not that somebody went and got an earring in there and all that, and so yeah, now they got a hole. No, I'm talking about this is actually a born thing, okay? If you see somebody with that, that means something. Just like if some numbers mean something, if some colors mean something. Hey, we're gonna break all that down because y'all can get all the other stuff from everybody else. But we're gonna break all that down. Won't be today. We're gonna break it down, okay? So anyway, let me finish what I'm doing. It says a ghost lobe, a hole of the ear that allows a person to see and hear ghosts. If a baby is born with a ghost lobe, they can see and or hear spirits. Sometimes rituals were done if one was not born with the ghost lobe, but creating a hole or cut, which allows people to see and hear ghosts in hoodoo. These rituals were done by skilled hoodoos, okay? But for the most people that were born with it, that is a sign that they're gifted. They were born gifted. They were born with that extra sight. They were born to hear and see different things. When I was a kid, believe it or not, when I was a kid, I could tell people who were demonic and I could tell people who were good people. Seriously. And one of the ways, and I didn't know what that meant. I really didn't until I started opening up my mouth, telling my grandparents, you know, my grandmother, them. Um, because I used to see a lot. Like seriously, I used to see a lot. I used to see so much spiritual activity, and I remember one time a spirit waved at me. It was weird. It was weird as a kid. That's why I said, honey.
I'm so secure in myself. I had to be like this because, hey, I told y'all how you gonna be a black girl, a dark black girl that with changing eyes and can see spirits. Come on now. If that ain't weird and different, I don't know what is. Okay. So anyway, but um, it's a whole lot of things. Like I said, I saw. And until I started telling my grandparents, especially my one grandmother, that is, she's Choctaw, and she's born in Louisiana. She's Creole, and all of that and stuff. You know, they go real deep. So you know, yeah. So it's deep. It goes weird. And I was saying something, but I'll come back to that. But I just wanted to make y'all aware of that because one day my daughter said to me, she said, "Mama," she said, "Have you seen people with them extra holes?" She said, "You got one." She said, "And I thought I had one, but it's not there." She said, "But my daughter got one." She said, "There's a meaning." And I forgot what somebody said. So when this was sent to me yesterday, I'm like, when I come on tomorrow, because y'all know I had surgery yesterday. And thank you guys for praying for me. Thank you for sending well wishes and everything. I'm still a little swollen, but not around my colon. No, I'm just playing. I'm still a little swollen, but the pain is subsiding. I got pain pills. Praise the Lord. Okay, praise the Lord. I got pain pills and everything, but surgery went well. I was only under the knife. They said for 40 minutes. I had a whole lot of people praying for me, and it's I don't take it lightly. Like I had churches, okay, like bombarding heaven on my behalf and everything. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody, my butterflies who send me well wishes and things. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to life. I really do. Thank you so much. Um, so and yeah, let me say that. A lot of people was upset with me because I didn't tell them that I was going under the knife. This was so serious. It was a correctorial thing. They had to correct something. And I am learning to keep my mouth shut. Okay. I'm gonna talk about that too a little deeper later on. But I love y'all. I really do. And with everything that's going on, I'm learning to keep my mouth shut about certain things. Okay. All right, let's move on. All right, but I just wanted to tell y'all about that ghost host. And this gonna make some of y'all check y'all ears. Y'all gonna be like, wait a minute, Creole said. Creole said, wait a minute, let me look and make sure I got my ears. That my ears is this, that, and the other. Okay. I ain't mad at you. Okay. I am not mad at you. Before, let me go ahead and get this other one. Hold on. I hope y'all had a wonderful day today. Today is Terrific Tuesday. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Uh, I am getting with my sister. Them. We're gonna pick a date, and we are going to the Pow Pow Range. Y'all, I'm so excited. But I gotta order me some more ammunition because I want to make sure that I have, that to practice with. But I also want to make sure that I have just in case I need it, and things of that nature. I hope it never comes to that. However, now here's the thing. I grew up pow powing. Okay, my daddy, who was a detective and ex-cop, used to take me before it was popular for, people, especially women, to start pow pow, and he used to take me, and we used to go pow pow. He showed me how to load it, unload it, clean it, and all of that. But it's sometimes it's like when you don't use it, you lose it a little bit. But like my sister said, because she goes all the time, she said, "That's all right. Once you get that back in your hand, it'll come back to you. It'll come back to you." So I'm like, okay, so that's what I'm excited about that. I really am. Give me one moment. Because I thought I saved this. Y'all know how they do. Once you save something, honey, they'll come in there and take your stuff up out of your stuff because it don't agree with what they want you to agree with. Okay, so let me see. Hold on. Hopefully I got it. Hopefully I got it, yo. Hopefully I get it. Okay, so everybody's beginning to ask this question. Let me tell y'all this why I'm looking for this. Remember, I said on my thing the other day, I said if America is only 250 years old and they said we've been in slavery for 400 years, here, like America has had us in slavery for 400 years, the math ain't mathing. Some Can somebody tell me how, when, where? Like, I don't understand. It's not making sense. Okay. Um, and that's a legitimate question. If America is only 250 years old and we were slave people over 400 years, make it make sense. Where were we enslaved? Who slaved us? Does that sound? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny at all. I'm not trying to be funny. Okay. Um, Also, a lot of people are beginning to um, question a lot of things, as they should. And I got these glasses on, y'all. They not my prescription, but they cute. So let's hopefully I can read through these, okay? Because some words be smaller than a mug. But now I wanted to bring this up because I'm gonna read another scripture, and it's a teaching thing, okay? All right, check this out. On the screen, the name you see Caesar Borgia. And the reason why I'm going back over this, because like I said, somebody asked me about this again. And instead of doing a whole lab about it, I just mixed it with this lab, okay? Caesar Borgia versus Jesus. Okay. Now, Caesar Borgia is in the book entitled I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna spell it triptych, Triptych of prisoners. Okay. Also in the book entitled Caesar Borgia, His Life and Times by Sarah Bradford, between 1502 and 1503. He employed Leonardo da Vinci as a military architect and engineer, in which him and Leonardo da Vinci became intimate instantaneously. Okay, so we talking Caesar Borgia and Leonardo became lovers, two men. Okay, gay men. Okay, I'm trying to make it as plain as I can. Let me see. To express his love towards Caesar, Leonardo painted many pictures of him. Caesar's father, Rodrigo Borgia, who later became Pope Alexander the Sixth. Stay tuned. He later became Pope Alexandria the Sixth. This is Caesar of Borgia's dad, Caesar of Borgia, or Borgia, Borgia. Okay, I'm country and I'm Creole, so my tongue goes blah, 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 blah. Okay, so just bear with me. All right. So okay, so he became a pope under the authority of the Catholic Church elite. All of this is important. Okay, elite had his son's picture put up as Jesus Christ. So that image that you see, okay? I'm not saying Jesus. I said the image. Don't misconstrue my word. The blonde hair, the blue eyes. That image, that's the image of Caesar Borgia. Okay, let me say that again because I don't lost some of y'all. I can feel it in the spirit. Okay, to express his love towards Caesar, Leonardo painted many pictures of him. Caesar's father, Rodrigo Borgia, who later became Pope Alexander the Sixth, under the authority of the Catholic Church elite. So you got the Catholic Church and then you got the Catholic Church elite. Okay? Had his son's picture put up as Jesus Christ in the Western world. We are the Western world. Get into it. Caesar had sex with his own sister, Lucretia, and he killed his brother, Giovanni, in 1497. And this is the man whom the Catholic Church gave their consent to allow his picture to be put up and portrayed as Jesus Christ. Excuse me, hello. Did you hear that? The man who had sex with his sister, who killed his brother, the Catholics said, that's fine. We're going to use his picture as the image of Jesus Christ. Can anybody tell me why they would use that image? If you're going to use that image, what was the image of Christ? I'll wait. Because people like to say, well, we really don't know. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Every country there is have the original image, the painting, the color that he was. Even China. They even said it. They even released it. Russia opened up their vault and showed everything in there. And everything in there was blacker than black, 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 black. Okay, moving on. Okay, so let me see. And this is the man whom the Catholic Church gave their consent to follow, to allow his picture to be put up and portrayed as Jesus Christ, to describe, to deceive the whole world to think that Christ was European. See, what most people don't know is there was a competition during the time called the Renaissance period between Leonardo da Vinci and the well known Michelangelo. The competition was to see who could impress the king by making a new image of the king's son that would deceive the world, in which Leonardo da Vinci won the competition. So, to all of my butterflies who wanted me to go back over that story, I hope that did it for you guys and everything. Um, I don't mind talking about whatever you all want to talk about. So that's I hope I did it justice for you. But that's it's why I gave you names and everything like that too, so you can look those things up for yourself. It is well documented. If they have not swept the internet of it, it is well documented and everything. So yeah, yeah. And but what's so funny? My grandmother used to say, this is not the image of who Jesus is. This is the one that they put before us. She used to tell me that when we was little. And as I began to read and then I got my degree in biblical studies, I started really getting into some things that a lot of people don't know. And I'm like, wow, Granny didn't go to school for it, but she knew what she was talking about because my grandmother, especially on my mama's side, that's the one I'm talking about right now. My grandmother, baby, you couldn't be her about no Jesus. You hear me? You couldn't be her praying, or nothing like that. All right, so I got into that. That's the one I wanted to get into as well. And let me give y'all some things that'll help your life. Okay, we're gonna talk about real quick. It's called Portiaco. Okay, Portiaco. PAU space D. Okay, the little asterisk, a hyphen thing up there, and arco, ARCO. It's called Port D Arco. Okay, it's port of the tree. Um, it's at the bottom. It's part of a tree. It's like the nutrient that is actually inside of the tree. And Portiarco, I be wanting to say party all the time. Pray for me, y'all. Okay. Um, Portiarco is awesome. Okay. It is really, really awesome. It helps with anti-inflammatory. So if you're dealing with inflammation and things of that nature, it protects your brain. Um, One thing also that it does, it's got power for it. Let me just tell you. First, it comes in a tea. Let me go there. Okay, it comes in a tea. It comes in a supplement, which is a pill, and it comes in a tincture. So you can get it in all type of way. It detoxifies the body for one thing. So that's another way that it heals you because it actually detoxifies your body. Um, one of the things that I actually do too, it helps fight colds. Um, I mean, when I tell you this is a powerhouse, it's a powerhouse. One of the main reasons why I wanted to come back to you all today, because I actually have talked to you all about this. I didn't give you everything, but I gave you enough to make your mouth water. One of the reasons why I wanted to come back to you guys today about this was because of something that's going on now. And this is one of the main things that help destroy something that's going on now. Okay. And let me give my disclaimer because I am not a doctor. Okay. I don't even play one on TV. And my doctorate comes because I used to be a therapist, not because I'm a medical doctor. Okay. So get that straight. Let's go with that. But I do want to tell you all this. All right. You know what? My computer, this one computer, I'm looking for a desktop. I got a laptop. I'm looking for a desktop. Because, yeah, this laptop that I got, they gave my money back. I got it from Amazon and they did get my money back because this was like the second one that they sent me. And baby, when I tell you the first one wasn't no good and the second one wasn't either, they end up sending me all my money back. And I'm like, thank you very much. Okay. So one of the things also, it helps with natural pain, all right, and your mobility. Okay. It boosts your immune system and it really helps people with fibromyalgia. Hey, absolutely me. What's going on, DM? Hey, party all the time. But yeah, it also helps with lungs infections and things of that nature. Anybody who has MS, anybody who has lupus, um, inflammatory, autoimmune diseases like that. This is one thing that has been shown to help. Anybody who actually has um, UTIs, yeast infections, candida of any kind, okay, like pink eye, any kind of candida that's built up, or fungus that's built up in your body. Arco kills it, takes it out, and all of that good type of stuff. It's women especially. You know how sometimes you can get a UTI, urinary tract infection. You can get it just by drinking too many pops. Okay, y'all know how that is. This right here will kill it. Okay. Uh, it's just it's all that in a bag of chips. Okay. It's an antioxidants. Y'all, I told y'all I'm country and I'm Creole. So my tongue just does what it want to do. So if y'all need me to translate, if y'all need me to translate, I will. I'm sorry, y'all. And then I get a chance. Sometimes I start going real fast because I know when you know something, you begin to talk about it and you forget like you teaching right now. So I have to go back and slow down and say, okay, my fault. So yeah. So now the main reason why I wanted to bring this up is because it kills parasites. And I'm giving it the powers it needs, okay? It kills parasites. What are we dealing with now with food and everything? I'll wait. That's why I gave y'all the way that it can come. You can drink it in a tea. You can get a tincture, okay? You can get the supplements, okay? Oh my goodness. You can get all of that, okay? So, um, if you let me tell y'all, if you're gonna get certain vegetables, okay, or whatever, I would actually, and I gave this once before, but let me go ahead and give it to you again. Soak them in warm water, not hot, warm, because sometimes hot water destroys the strength of the vegetables. Soak it in warm water, more colder than hot, with some apple cider vinegar, and some baking soda, like Armor Hammer, Red Mill, baking soda, whatever. You can get it from wherever, as long as it's baking soda. And soak it in there for 15 minutes. And then take it out, look at the water, drain the water, rinse the bowl out or whatever you soaked it in, put it back in there to clean it, not with the baking soda and stuff, just pure water, pure cool water. Clean it, take it out, dry it off, and go on about your business. However, if you get you some party alcohol tincture, you can put it in there with the baking soda and everything. It's better to have more than not enough. Okay. Um, it's better to know what actually helps you with things, just in case going through some stuff. You know how to fight it. Okay. Also, party alcohol can help with cell damage. Okay. Any chronic diseases that you're going through. When I tell you Portiarco is, if you're dealing with heart disease, it helps with that. Okay. Um, and I've done a whole video on Portiarco once before. It also helps you lose weight. It has the potential to help you lose weight. Think about it. If it's going to detox your body, come on, it means getting all the impurities, the poisons, and all of that stuff out of your body. Then it's going to help you lose weight. Okay. What else? It helps to suppress the appetite too. So that's another reason. And it burns, it helps the body burn more fat and burn calories. Okay. It's antibacterial. Okay. So it'll get the bacteria out of your body, especially in your gut. It helps to build up your gut the right way. Okay. Now, if you are diabetic or pre diabetic, it helps your blood sugar levels. Okay. It stabilizes your blood sugar. And if you have like eczema and things like that, if you have any eczema and things like that, it helps your skin. I mean, when I tell y'all Party Arco is awesome, okay? It's awesome. Told you it helps fight, infections. It increases red blood cells, which helps with anemia. Okay, and when your blood cells is low, y'all, that's what causes you to get sick. No matter if you have been deemed anemic or not, everybody, most Americans, let's just put it like that, most people that live over here in the United States, I don't know about nowhere else, but over here, most of us, our blood is low. Whether we at the point where they're calling it low red blood cells or anemic or whatever, all of us, because of the way that the soil is now. The nutrients that we used to get in the soil back in the day, we don't get it no more. Not like we used to. Okay, so most people do have to supplement with stuff like this. Okay, so like I said, with me having fibromyalgia and everything, I have been doing some research on what can help, and this is one of the things that I found that help, which is Pardiaco. And when I tell you my body feels good, whoo, child. Because sometimes with fibromyalgia, y'all, people can just touch you and you'll cry. That's just how sensitive your body is, and everything. And like I said, I'm not the only one. I know y'all have heard the other content creator talk about her journey with fibromyalgia as well. And see, I got fibromyalgia and arthritis. Clock it. Clock it, and everything. So yeah, and then I had to have surgery. And so now I'm recovering from surgery, talking about swollen. Like I said, it's not around my colon, but I am, I'm not as swole as I was. It's coming down slowly but surely, praise God. I got 3 ice packs. 3. And ain't none of them froze. I was substituting them all night long. I was getting up in the middle of the night, head woke, stumbling to my refrigerator, putting one up, getting another one, coming back, going back to sleep. That one gets, start melting and all that and stuff, and not cold like it's supposed to be. I get up, I got my eyes closed again. I'm like, let me. try to open the eye, stumbling in the kitchen, like, oh, shoot, in pain, stumbling, hit my toe, all the things of the things, okay? All the things of the things. I'm like, oh my God. I almost slept on my sofa, y'all. Because, I can't wait to take me a nap on that sofa. Let me tell y'all. Let me just go and give it to you straight. I love my brand new living room suit. Okay. I do. I love it. I really do. My mom, for the first time, see, I don't tell all my business. That's why I said I talk, but I don't talk. Okay. I talk, but I don't talk. Okay. So it means I only tell y'all what I really want y'all to know. Other than that, I don't tell y'all some things. Now I did share with y'all what living room suit I was getting. I even put it on my community wall because I share with my people and everything. But the things that you need to drink your water and mind your business about, I won't tell you, okay? Because that's personal. That's me. And yeah, I told y'all me and somebody had a whole relationship while we had another relationship with other people. I who I know I keep a secret. That's why a lot of people come to me and talk because they know I don't say nothing. I chew it up and go, oh, okay, and be done with it. Now my personal life, yeah, I'm very quiet. I'm very quiet. You know what my sister said it one day in front of my mother? My sister said, who knew? My sister was over teaching people how to be a freak because they just found out about 6 years ago that once upon a time I was a dominatrix. Like everybody else knew, but they didn't. And so one day, everybody was talking and everything, and my sister heard something because they was like, nah, cause Coco, she the one taught me, blah, 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 blah. And my sister said, what, Coco? They said, you ain't know your sister? She said, I'll be back. Y'all, my sister came over my mama's where I was over there. It was so funny. It was so funny. And she said, um, I heard something. And I said, what you hear? And she said, ma'am, was you teaching? And my husband was drinking and he spit it out of his mouth. He said, she said, oh shoot. He said, he said, I already know everything about my wife. Ain't nothing you can tell me that I don't know. He said, I'm shocked you know. She said, yeah. She said, man, what's your name? Just stop. I mean, and my mama said, say what? What is that? Y'all, I said, there y'all go talking about my past. Leave my past in my past. She said, who knew? My sister teaching people how to. Mama said, what? Y'all, it was comical. It was comical. Ah, woo, my mama said, you are full of surprise. I said, you have no idea. Move on. You have no idea. I can tell you some stuff makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. You have no idea. Just keep knowing I'm your daughter. That's all you need to know. Tell people when they come to you, you don't want to hear nothing. You're gonna hear something's gonna hurt you. Don't do that. It's so funny. But yeah. So it is what it is. Cause I don't look like it. Like for real. When you see me, it's like, now nah, she looked too nice to be doing that. She looked too sweet to be like it. And I think that's what gets everybody because I don't look like some of the stuff I've done. Hey, it's how you're supposed to be. You ain't supposed to look like the stuff there. You're supposed to be a wonder. You're supposed to wonder about you. Wonder. So anyway, I take pride in that. Moving on. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, this right here, Puerto Rico, I don't want that conversation. It's all that. I take this. Yeah, I really do. Matter of fact, I just ordered another round of it. I get mine as a supplement because I don't drink a lot of tea. Now, don't get me wrong, the whole top part of my whatnot shelf ain't nothing but teas, herbal teas. And I keep them just in case. Let me tell you something about the herbal tea. People say, well, if you don't use it within 30 days, that's a lie. That's a lie. Now, with any tea, you can go buy a tea tomorrow and try to use it and a bug or something might come out. It ain't got nothing to do whether it's herbal or not. And I'd rather have a tea that may be 2 months old, okay? And I'm just using it as an example. And use it and be half potent than not to have it at all. What's up, Just Andrea, baby? I ain't see you. Smooches to you. So yeah. It's just yeah, Portioco is pretty good, y'all. It's pretty good. And it was something else I wanted to say about that and tell y'all about that. Hmm. Now, uh right before my birthday, so if you know me, you know when my birthday is. Okay. So right before my birthday, I think a week before my birthday, I would be going back into surgery. Okay. This time I would be going in to have fibroids removed. And I go and get this $200 ultrasound. It better be the best ultrasound they got. I better be able to pick out every fibroid I see. For $200, baby, I better be able to name them. There's Jeffro, there's Nemo, there's Sean, there's Tanya. Hey, I better be able to name all of my fibroids. Do you heard me? Do you heard me? Okay. Shoot, $200 for imaging. That don't make no dang on sense. Anywho, now that I done complained about it, I have to go and get those removed. And I thought the older you got, you didn't have to because I don't have no once of the month no more. Those days are over. Okay. Thank you, Jesus. I didn't think I would ever say that. Yeah, I swear. I didn't think I would ever say that. Whew. I'm like, Lord, I'm 55. How long, Jesus? But last year was the last. When I turned 55, it was like a week later. The Lord was like, I'm going to take it from you, baby. I'm like, thank you, God. Hallelujah. Oh, so I ain't got to waste no money going to get them things. Okay. But, and I feel like you need the tax write off for that, but that's a whole nother subject anyway. Um, but yeah, but still, they can still bother you, and they are bothering me. Okay. They're bothering me walking, they're bothering my back, they're bothering my hips. I can't dirty whine like I used to. I have to whine. I can't dirty whine. I'm Creole. We got dirty whine. And I can't dirty whine. Y'all just got to whine a little bit. I got to whine. And people think I'm dirty whining. I'm like, this ain't dirty whining. This is whining. Yeah. But I like to dip the wine. I like to dip the wine. Anyway, so y'all know I'm silly. So pray for me. But yeah, I have to. They bothering me. They bothering me. And am I scared? No, but who likes to keep going up under the knife? Not me. I ain't that person. But there is some herbs that will shrink your fibroids and all that. It just takes longer because I've had mine for so long. I just ain't got the time. I want to get them over with because I told y'all when I say I do again, you know what? Let me say this and then I'm gonna get off that subject. I keep saying, I know y'all think I be playing when I say this, but I'm not. I hope my husband got enough stamina because, baby, it's gonna be 5 years come August the 24th. It's gonna be 5 years, 5 whole years. It's gonna be 5 whole years, okay? And depending on when I say I do, okay, just mark it this year, 2026. It'll be 5 whole years. Whew, child. I didn't think I could do it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really didn't. That goes to show I done matured a lot in that area, okay? Because I don't think about it, but I think about it. But whatever I think about, I'm like, whoever the lucky man is, yeah, that's what I be thinking about. It's not like, well, shoot, let me find somebody and go and get this monkey off my nah, because it ain't no monkey, and it's not worrying me like that. But I'm human, of course, I'm gonna think about it. But I said, Lord, please let him have some stamina, please, please, and thank you. Cause I know I'm older and I know he's gonna be older because I just don't do real I don't know. He got at least be close to 50, if not 50. Okay. I don't do young men. I just don't. But no, I ain't gonna get it started on that. But anyway, I just yeah, he gotta be close to 50. And I know, like I said, me being older, him being older, we got a life to live. We ain't got time to just keep laying in the bed screwing like little rabbits. But okay, if I don't wait it out this long, we gonna have to at least hit it twice a week. I ain't gonna push for more than that, but at least twice a week we got to get it done. Okay, I'll be okay with twice a week. We at least got to start off with twice a week. Now we can end up with once a week, but we at least got to start off with twice a week. I'm sorry. Okay, okay. So anyway, move forward. Um, yeah, and everything in my past I have blocked. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Everything in my past I have blocked. I don't have no exes that live in Texas, and I don't have no exes that I'm friends with. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because it was interfering with where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do, and I feel like you've had your time, and everything. I'm not going to let you interfere with nothing I'm doing, you know, and there is no comebacks. So, hey, and I'm not mad at nobody. Like if I see a person, I say, "Hey, how you doing?" We can give each other a hug and everything. But as far as having access to me all the time, anytime, no, we ain't doing that one. Mm-mm. I learned that, and I learned that over the last week. I learned close that access over the last week, and I gotta say, shout out to JB because he told me before. He's like, close that access because that's gonna interfere with what you're trying to do. And I was like, nah, it ain't. I got this. Y'all know I hate to say I'm wrong, don't you? I will because I'm not too prideful, but I hate to say it. That's why I live my life like I cross every T and dot every I because I hate to say I was wrong. Okay, that's the part of me that I hate to say. Do you hear me? But I will. Okay, I ain't so stuck up or whatever that I can't say, nah, I was wrong. I just hate to say it. So there's that way I don't live my life so I can have to say it. I try to live my life as honest and, like I said, dot the T's, cross the I's like I can, because I hate that. You know what? You were right. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I hate that. Okay, I just do. I do. I'm a perfectionist, and if you know anything about a perfectionist, okay, I am. I'm my biggest competition. Outside of me, there is none. I am my biggest competition. Like it's me versus me. That's why my next book, that's the title of it, Me Versus Me. Because I realized that everything that was in the dark that I conquered is not holding me no more. It's me versus me. It's the old me versus the new me. It's the old thinking versus the new thinking. It's the old ways of doing things versus the new way of doing things. It's me versus me. So now I have to conquer that, and I am. Most of it I've already done, but there's still some things to where I battle. And if you meet anybody who tells you that they don't have a battle in their life, they're lying or they're delusional. Or they ain't living a day's worth of dog meat. Because when you ain't doing them with your life, of course you ain't got nothing to change. What you gonna change? You ain't doing nothing. But you got somebody, if you somebody that's trying to improve your life, and you're trying to make it from day to day, and you're trying to go from, east to west, west to east, north to south, south to north. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to really do something with your life, there are battles. And most of the time, you're battling yourself. You're battling, I did this, then I got to do this. How do I do this? Like, I did this, and that didn't work. Now I got to get here. How do I get here? And then once I'm there, how do I stay? Those are real battles. I told y'all, I used to have a very bad temper. Okay. And the only way I really knew how, put like this, the only way that was pleasing to me to conquer something was to fight it physically. Physically. I didn't care if you was a man, boy, girl. My slogan used to be from 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy, you can get it. That's every time. 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy, you can get it. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. And that was the old me. Okay, the new me had to find other ways to deal with things without using my fist. And that was hard. I'm just really being honest with you. It was hard because I was somebody, and I'm still like this. I don't start it, but I will finish it. And that's one thing that used to keep me in, in school. When my mama used to have to come to school, she used to tell everybody, if they said, well, she's like, that's a lie. My mama would tell them straight up, that's a lie. I know my daughter. She ain't gonna start nothing, but she'll finish it. She put them right. That not her. She'll finish it though. So if y'all saw her hit somebody, what did they do to her first? I advise y'all to go back and ask questions because I guarantee you, if she hit somebody and y'all saw it, it means somebody did something to her. And I'm still like that to this day. I don't fight. Mm, Let me stop lying. Uh, I fight in a different way. I do. I fight in a different way. I'm more of a prayer warrior. I'm more of an intercessor. Like I will be, my first thing would be to pray. When people come after me, I just pray. I go, okay, God, you saw that, and I walk on the way. I stay with Him, so I ain't got to get out deep and fall out on the floor and all that and stuff. I don't. I can just talk to Him because I stay in His presence. I do. Now, after 24 hours, am I there 24 hours? Absolutely not. But I can be sitting up here, and this is not to toot my own horn. I'm just making a point. I can be sitting up here watching TV and a store praying. I can be watching a movie and a store praying. I can be in there cooking and be singing and start praying. I start talking to God. A lot of times I can be busy or just doing whatever, and He'll bring something to me. He'll show me somebody, show me their situation. And sometimes I don't even know these people. Most of the time I don't know these people. That's the truth. Most of the time I don't know who these people is. He'd be like, and I have a flash, and He'll show me something. And I'm with God enough to know that when He showed me He want me to intercede. I don't have to say, okay, God, what you want me to do? No, I know what I'm supposed to do. And then when He give me a release, I'm done. I walk on, do what I'm doing. That's just me. Um, I told y'all, let me go here, and then we're gonna be out of here. Uh, One, let me say this real quick about health. I need y'all to start doing whatever you can for circulation. If you are 50 years and older, you need to start taking a herb, drinking some teas, whichever ones they help with circulation, okay? Because circulation is easily stopped or slowed up, and it can cause all type of things. It can cause aneurysms, it can cause heart problems, it can cause strokes, it can cause all type of things, okay? Neuropathy, okay? It can cause a lot of things. So you really need to make sure that your circulation is going. One of the things you can do is, if you got some cayenne pepper, okay, this is a cheap way because a lot of y'all be getting in my email talking about it's too expensive, Creole. I can't afford it. Okay, well, all right, baby. Okay, I get it. Okay, smooches to you, love you. Okay, so one of the things that you can do to help your circulation is to get you 4 ounces of warm or hot water, as warm or hot as you can stand it. Or if you drink coffee or tea, and what you can do is put a pinch of cayenne pepper in there, stir it up, and drink it down. The cayenne pepper will give a warming sensation, and it'll go through your body and open up your blood vessels, okay? And cause your blood to speed up so it can start circulating very good through your body. That's an easy way to get your blood to circulate, okay? Eat some hot wings because it's hot, okay? And that cayenne pepper is what's in the hot sauce. You feel me? You understand where I'm going with it? Eat you some hot noodles. Those of you all who eat noodles, get the spicy kind. Okay? It speeds your circulation up. Okay? Everybody should have cayenne pepper in their house. Everybody. For times such as this, to where you need it for your circulation. Your eyes need blood to circulate so that you won't go blind. Your brain needs your blood to circulate so you won't get dementia or Alzheimer's. Your heart needs to circulate so it can keep beating and you won't have a heart attack. Okay? Our heart failure. You see where I'm going with this? Your blood has to circulate. Now, your heart is one of the biggest organs. That, matter of fact, it's the biggest organ that you got, and it actually takes up 2,500 uh, uh, 2,500 ounces. Is it ounces? Is something I'm trying to say, and I can't get that word. But it's one. It's the biggest organ that you got that takes most of your blood. Your heart. So you can't. Hey, just my thoughts, boo. You cannot afford not to treat your heart, okay, with what it needs, because if your heart is taking majority of your blood, it's going to take it wherever it can take it from, whether it be your feet, and then you end up with neuropathy. And if you're diabetic, that's not good because they cut your toes and stuff off. Eventually, you lose your feet and all that other stuff. Okay, things begin to die. The heart is going to take blood from wherever it can, wherever it feel like it's extra blood, it's going to pull it. It'll pull it from your head. That's why a lot of people are bald headed. You got alopecia because there's no blood flow. You see what I'm saying? It'll pull it from your eyesight. Hello. So circulation is very important. I don't care how young you are, how old. Now, when you're younger, things go quickly. Like your blood flows, you run, you do splits and everything and all that. But the more you get older, things begin to slow up. And I don't know what it is about when you hit 50. One, you get this gene called UCIT, put the F where necessary. Okay, when you seriously, when you get 50, you start to get this gene called UCIT. And anything that you used to care about, that didn't make no sense, and you gave it all that energy, baby, you started like, man, I don't care nothing about all that. Okay. Let me tell you something. It's a young dude. He ain't young. He's my age, but we call this other dude. His name is Swope. That's his real name. He's an OG. And so this young dude was messing with him. He was like, Swope, I heard me and you ain't friends. He said, man, I'm mad at you. We ain't friends no more. And OG's response was, oh, it's okay. And everybody started cracking up. He said, dang, that's okay. I said, because that's that OG response. They don't respond like you new fools. You new fools respond to everything. Them OGs would be like, oh, okay. That's okay. And that's what he told you. It's okay. And kept on walking. He don't care. He don't live too long to let that bother him. I said, see, y'all can learn something from them OGs. So let me see what she said. I've been doing the home remedy since. Okay, especially the pepper. That's what's up. Yes. That's what's up. And let me tell y'all something. I got a friend. No, he's not my friend. Let me take it back. Okay. This guy I know. Okay. Because he's downgraded from a friend a long time ago. He's just a person I know. He ain't a friend, he ain't a buddy, he ain't an acquaintance. He just, yeah, he's really at the low totem pole. Okay. He's somebody I know. And he had prostate. I said prostrate like I'm in church. He had prostate cancer, and so they had to do what they do. And so his tallywhacker don't work. And he was like, I can talk to you about anything. He said, and I want to tell you something. I said, okay. And he's a diabetic too. If you're diabetic, it'll mess with that too. Because I tell y'all that blood has to come from somewhere, and when it comes from these places, it damages those places that it come from. Okay, so anyway, he was talking to me, and all this and stuff, and I was like, Are you talking to me just to tell me? Are you talking to me because you want my help? Because I need to know. Because if you don't want my help, then I just listen. But if you want my help, then that's different. I can help you with that. And so he was like, nah, I'm talking to you. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm like, okay, so I didn't offer no help. So he came back one day with the same story. And he was like, blah, 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 blah. I said, you told me that once before. So I'm going to ask you again. Are you telling me because you just want me to listen and you need somebody to talk to? Or are you telling me because you want my help? Okay, that's the same question. My question ain't changed. Okay. And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, when you find out, because I can't tell you why you're talking to me. That's weird. You don't know why you're talking? Now, mind you, okay? I tell y'all all the time I'm 55, right? This man is 72 years old. And you don't know why you talking. You don't know what you want. See what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying I can't do stupidity of no age. You old enough to know why you telling me what you telling me. And you dang sure old enough to say how you feel. You're not my child. I'm not supposed to pull it out of you. You either gonna say what you gotta say, or you gonna move on, nigga. Okay? And he always say, I hate when you get on me. Well, act like you grown. And stop acting like you two. That's weird to me. You want me to sit up here and pull out of you while you talking to me about what's going on with you? No, I got more important things to do, like, oh, I don't know, say my ABCs, count to one, two, three. I mean, really? You too old, dog, not to know. So I'll wait until you know why you're telling me this. So finally, he said it to me again. And he said, I'm telling you, Miss Coco. That's how he said it. I'm telling you because I want to know if there's anything I can do to help my situation. That's all you had to say the last three times you talked to me about this. And I said, yes, it is. I said, now I have a question for you. He said, yes. I said, if I tell you what to do, are you gonna do it, or you just want to know what to do? Just as a conversation. Cause see, some of y'all claim y'all won't help, but y'all don't. Because if somebody told me I lost the ability for my manhood to move, seriously, I'm gonna be trying to call, go to everything I can that's teaching on stuff I don't know, and say, what do I need to do to try to get my manhood back? Are you kidding me? It just be weird, you know. So I gave him one thing. Now there's three things, but I gave him one thing. Okay. I gave him this one thing. It was December. No, it was November 2025. June, I believe 10th, we was talking. He was calling. He's like, "How you doing?" Blah 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 blah. I'm fine. How are you? You know, blah blah blah. And then he got to this "woe is me" stuff again, and I mean, really, "woe is me." I can't stand it. "Woe is me" stuff. Lord have mercy. Just state what's going on. What are you trying to do about the situation? Don't tell me what's going on and you ain't trying to do nothing about it. That bothers me. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It was I don't know 3 years ago. It's I don't know now. I mean, it was I don't know in November. Now it's I don't know in June. He still don't know. And you 72, but you still don't know. Okay. So anyway, I said, did you ever get what I told you to get? He said, ain't nothing worse from a young fool than an old fool. Seriously, it's nothing worse from a young fool than an old fool. Seriously, you 72 years old and you still stuck. And you want to know why your own kids don't want to deal with you? Because you stuck. Who wants to hear June 22? Hold on. November 2025, you said, let's just say, you said, cardinal birds are blue. Okay. And somebody said, no, nah, if you look in the magazine, they red. Oh, for real? Yeah. Now it's June 2026, and you still saying cardinal birds is blue. No, man, cardinal birds ain't blue. Did we tell you they was red? Did you ever look in the magazine? What? Y'all, you know what? I don't have patience. Let me see. I know that's right. Hey, just my thoughts. I know. I know all men are not alike. Thank you, Lord, for big favors. Okay. Thank you, Lord. And I come from a line of kings. I do. I come from a line of men that when they got knocked down, they didn't stay down. They got knocked down and took it as a challenge. Like, for real, this is what you gonna do? I watch this. Got up, dust themselves off, and then did 3 times better than before they was knocked down. So yeah, that's why I tell everybody about my granddaddy. My granddaddy much was king. Matter of fact, he heard about my granddaddy in Kentucky and he came up here to join with him and said, I want to come up here and help you with what you doing. And they marched up here for black rights and rights support people and stuff. Got the sanitation, got blacks hired on at the sanitation department and a whole lot of other things. My granddad's in the encyclopedia. He's in all type of newspapers. They talk about him to this day. The government talks about here in Kentucky, talks about him to this day. They call him on the phone and be like, what you think we need to do for such, 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 such. And I'm not bragging on him because of that. I'm bragging on him because my granddaddy is a man who is the oldest of 30 something kids who made a difference, had to drop out of school in the third grade and can read better than you, me, and everybody else, who went back to Alabama to bring his family up here in a 2-bedroom house to give them a better life, who made moves for people of color, who was bit by a police dog, had water hose turned on him. They tried to stop him. My granddaddy had bomb threats, had people calling in his office at the church, calling him a Negro, but the other word, saying when you start your car, that'll be the last time your family see you. It's gonna go boom. To where they had to come, my family, the men of my family, strapped to make sure he was good. Not just one day. So when I talk like I talk, I done seen men rise above. And that's why I don't have no time, no tolerance for men that all they do is just cry. Even my late husband. Let me tell you something. My late husband was on his way to be a middleweight champion. He was on his way to be a middleweight. He was a Golden Glove boxer, winning streak, no losses. He went to Las Vegas to have his fight to be a middleweight champion. He goes there to fight against a named fighter. Okay. The guy was named. My husband was not. Coming from Kentucky, he was not. Okay. He beat the man so bad, their champion. He beat him so bad to where they rung the bell and they gave that man the fight. Not my husband. On paper, my husband whooped the crap out of that man. And what they told my husband and his trainer and his camp, we could not give it to you. You're not named. Yes, you won. Yes, you're a better fighter. But we can't give you something when he's a named boxer. This was his fight. You wasn't supposed to win like that. He was supposed to win. They thought because my husband was coming from Kentucky, he wasn't named. Now they knew him here, but because they didn't know him there, we gonna get this man from Kentucky. You can beat him, blah blah blah. And my husband whooped the crap out of him. That was a knockdown to him because he had his whole life mapped out. He was gonna take care of his great auntie, and he was gonna do this, this, and this. He had his whole life mapped because he knew that was gonna be the changing point in his pockets. Not only, and I'm gonna say this, not only did he not win the fight, but while he was away, his girlfriend called him and said, and I quote, "There's no sense of you coming back home because I got another man." Now imagine that. Imagine, lost what you thought you had both times. Y'all got to get my next book to find out about that, because that's going in my book. It's going in my book. Seriously, it's a whole chapter about men. How some men fight to come back. Some men just lay down and take it. When I tell y'all, my late husband had to fight a lot of things to be who he is, but he never gave up. And when he met me, he told his brother. He told his brother and a friend. He said, "Come here for a minute." We wasn't even living together. He was living two doors down with my cousin and her boyfriend, which her boyfriend was his little brother. So he said, "Come here, y'all. I want to show y'all something." And I was wondering, when I came down the steps, why was he got them around my refrigerator? Okay, what you got these things around my refrigerator for? But I heard him say, "I gotta get my act together. Look at this." He said, "Man, she on her third sheet." And then he walked on out with his friends and his. Because what I used to do is, y'all, I had a notebook paper, and I would put my goals on a sheet of notebook paper and put it on my refrigerator, because you go in your refrigerator all day, every day. And I would see your vision, see your goals. And I was on my third sheet. That's why I said, if the Lord was to take me tonight, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I want y'all to hear this and hear this good. If the Lord was to take me tonight, it's okay with me. I've accomplished everything that I really wanted to do in life. I have successful kids. I got grandkids that's on their way to being what they want to be. They great grandkids. You know what I'm saying? They're my grandkids are great. They showing up in the world successful. They make good grades. They're manageable. You know, I can't ask for no more than that. I've had a great marriage. I've had jobs that people say I could never get, and got them. I have been over departments at 500 Fortune companies. I've been in charge. I've been manager. I've owned my own businesses. I've survived things that would kill most people. I have been more than a conqueror. So it's well with my soul. It is well with my soul. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I know who I am. I know who I serve. I know God knows me, and I know him. I've did what I wanted to do. Everything that I went through was for my grandkids. And that was before my kids was even of teenagers. I said, I want to kill this curse. I want to kill it so that my kids could stand on my back and reach their goals. And then their kids can stand on theirs and reach their goals. That has always been my thing. Always. So I ain't like everybody else. I ain't got to live forever. I don't. I ain't gonna kill myself. That's for dang sure. Cause I got a lot of living to do. But I'm just saying, if God ever say it's time, I'm ready. I'm ready. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can't say that, but I can. I can real, and I mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Every day I wake up, I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you. You gave me another day. You gave me another day to get it together. You gave me another day to make a difference. You gave me another day to love the unlovable. You gave me another day. So I'm gonna use this day and teach your people. That's all I can do. I'm gonna teach your people, and I'm gonna love on people. That's it. Now I ain't always. Hey, I'm telling you, like right now, I'm in pain. But I'm more than a conqueror. I don't let. I just don't. I don't believe in letting nothing get to me. I don't. And what's so funny, I got my pain pills sitting right here and ain't took them yet. I'm like, I take them. Let me see what you said. That's why a lot of black men older like myself know of the struggle and are knowing of the hardship. I always been I know that's right. Hey, just my thoughts. Come on now. And that's why I say when I was a younger lady, I dated older men because we were more on equal levels. We was more I I love how older men carry themselves. I did. I love how let me tell you, this older guy, when I forget how old I was, but he was 22 years older than me. Let's just put it like that. He was 22 years older than me. Um, and they said, you know that girl's a young girl, right? He said, I don't care. He said, I know she young. I can look at her and tell she young. He said, I'm talking about her face look baby face. He said, but the way she talk and carry herself is a whole nother issue. I ain't never seen a young lady that act like her. For real. She act like she about 50 something years old the way she carry herself. She's very alert in how she walks. She knows how to dress. She knows how to curl in the conversation. She budgets it. He ran my accolades all the way down. He said, that's attractive to me. He said, that's very attractive to me. He said, so she might be young, but hey, if she'll have me, I'm going to have her. And that's how it was. It's just I wanted a little bit more. He wasn't willing to give. But we stayed good friends, though. That's it. It just is what it is. I always been attracted to older men. I don't know if they got something to do with my daddy and granddaddy, them, how I saw them show up. I don't know. But men my age used to get on my nerves. Oh my God, they used to get on my nerves. Everything was kids' game. They couldn't make a decision and they know what they wanted to do. And it just bothered me because even in my messed up state at that time, I still knew who I was and what I wanted, and I could say it. And just to talk to somebody, everybody wanted to hang out and they just wanted to play the field and they just wanted to do this and do that. And I'm like, it ain't me. Bye. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. And I ain't got time to be nobody's mama. That's my age. That's dysfunctional. I'm trying to do some things. And then if I'm going to work hard to accomplish whatever, I ain't going to have no man going to live on me. You ain't working. You ain't bringing nothing. You ain't contributing nothing. All I hear is about your habits and your problems. I don't have time for that. I just and people be like, "Girl, you so hard." Okay, I'd rather be hard than let somebody walk all on me. Whatever I am, the right man to know, and he'll approach me as such. I'm not. I shouldn't have to dumb myself down just to have a man. It don't need how to. It don't even sound right. Even coming out of my mouth, it don't even sound right. Like I'm act dumb and stupid just so I can have somebody that says, "Oh, that's my male friend. We together." Yeah, I wish I would. You either gonna see the jewel I am and attach yourself to it because you a king and you got you a queen and we're gonna do the dang thing, or you not. And I'm gonna be okay and so are you. You know. Just like that's why I didn't stay on welfare. It was easier to stay on welfare. Trust me, I had kids. It was easy to, but it just wasn't enough money for what I was trying to do with my life. It was not enough. I don't like waiting once a month for a paycheck. And then I got to do everything out of that check. And then what I want to do, I can't. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I knew how I wanted to live. I knew I liked shopping. At least once a month, I wanted to be able to take me and my Shira shopping. At least get one outfit. Plus, what's them things? Baba. I had a Baba and Bo Red habit. My girls had to look pretty with their long, thick, black, cold hair. Honey, who? I had a bow and bow budget. I needed to get my kids they bow and they bows. Shoot. Honey, matter of fact, if y'all know how big them pickle jars are, I had three of those of bows and bow rats. And then I had a thing of ribbons. And I apologized to my girls. I said, I realized those are hard to sleep on those ball, and I used to put mini ball on your head and say, "Okay, good night." Y'all, I know you couldn't lay on the back of your head because the ball. They was cracking them. Mama, you finally got it, but we missed you doing our hair. I mean, who? I would call my kids. I'm like, which one of y'all first tonight? I'll go. Okay, go get the grease. Cause I used to use that LIV grease and Lab. Black people, if you don't know about that Lab grease and Live grease, rather LIV, it's in a white container with red writing. You better get it. Anyway, used to get that. I used to have some TCB gel, a little water, honey, because my kids' hair would curl up like man. You do put water on and grease, it curls up. And baby, I used to sit on porch, do their hair during the summertime and everything. Tell them go get your little scarf so I can tie your hair up. You got 5 more minutes out here while I do the other one's hair, and then it's bath time. And while y'all in the bathtub, I'm lay out y'all clothes. Oh, honey, we had a routine. Do you hear me? We had a routine. They already know what time bed. 9 o'clock is bedtime. Between 9 and 9:35, somebody better be asleep. You better make me think, y'all. Because 9:36 is mama's time. It's adult time to sit downstairs and sip on a little something, smoke a little something if I want to. Okay, so yeah, I never did it in front of my kids at all. I ain't gonna take that innocent like that. I can't tell you how to do your kids, but I never did that in front of my kids at all. I was really attracted to older women, but ego made me sometimes what I should have focused on: intelligence, honesty, loyalty, and being able to be alone without feeling alone. It's one thing to be alone, it's another thing to be lonely. And that's what I want people to realize. Because I had to realize that. Am I lonely or am I just alone? You know. Now, after my deceased husband passed away, of course I was lonely because it was me and him. It was my partner for almost 30 years. Of course I'm gonna feel lonely and alone, and everything. But thank God I'm over that crap, because honey, some people was trying to sneak in. They said the devil sneaks in unaware. Ooh, he sent his imp during that time I got today. But I woke up and saw it. I just hate I gave this person as much time as I did. I really do, because yeah, you can feel like somebody's your friend, because you're a friend to them. And at that time, I was at a low period in my life. And, this, like I said, the devil sent his son to walk straight in, almost tore me up. Almost tore me up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But oh, Jesus, never alone. You don't have to worry. Okay, I love that song. I used to sing it. But I tell you what, I'm telling you, y'all don't know the tough love God like I do, baby, because God'll be like this. Now I done told you no, and I done told you no twice. But since you still want to go ahead, when I told you to close that door, I'm gonna let you do you. You'll get tired eventually, and I ain't budging. And y'all, when I tell y'all, when that hard conversation came, ooh wee, when God said that to me, and I went on and went against what He said yet again, and it almost killed me. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cry. Oh my God. I don't ever want to go through that no more. That's why I tell you, the Lord tell me the first time, I'm like, okay. Because I learned that lesson. When you learn a lesson so bad, you never repeat it. And sometimes God has to give you tough love. He'll stand back and say, okay, I told you what I told you, and you going to still do it your way? Okay. And he'll stand there and watch you. And you be like, God, please help me. Come on, God, I love you. And you said you would never leave me. I ain't going nowhere. Gotta be like, I ain't going nowhere. But what did I tell you? What did I tell you? See, here's the thing we forget. It's about faith, not feelings. You can feel however you want to feel, but you got to walk in faith. And what did he say? Without faith, it's impossible. We think we pleasing God with all this other stuff and lip service, and you ain't walked out a day's worth of dog meat. And if you can see it, it ain't faith. And if you can't admit that, well, I caused this on myself for whatever reason, be like, God, you know what? Part of this is my fault. That's how you know you really mature and you're a mature saint and you're a mature saint. That's how you know. Cause you'll be like, you know what, God, for real, I caused this on myself. Cause you told me a long time ago X, Y, and Z. You done sent me all type of messages. You done sent me a plus size woman on YouTube that said something. I heard a song that said something. I read it in the book. I seen it on the bulletin board. I see, like God be sending you all type of signs, and it's like you just ignore them. Your spiritual blinds be on, and God's like, okay, yeah. But sometimes you got to be hurt to something, never to go back to it. And I hate that, but that's true. Because sometimes we're stiff necked folks. We want it our way and our way only. And God's like, I'm not gonna bend to you. I'm not. No, not this time. You gotta come up. I got many things for you. I got many things for you. Let me see. Women feelings are way different from men, and really separating his feelings and her feelings. I know definitely how to listen. Okay, what you said. And here's the thing. I used to teach people um, when I used to do a little bitty conferences, and everything. And then when I used to minister to couples, okay, my thing is this. I used to tell women, you cannot make a man's need your need. And that was hard for women to get. So if I can help somebody on here, women that's married, men that's married, listen. And those that's not, but you desire to be, if you learn this first, you got a chance. The number one need of a man is sexual fulfillment. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. The number one need of a man is sexual fulfillment. The number one need of a woman is security, financial security. You can't mix the two. And a lot of times women be trying to make men's first need finances. That's not their first need. That's yours. And it's okay that it's yours. It's supposed to be. God ordained it like that. The man is supposed to be, and I know people hate this because we in this new way and this new world and all of this stuff, and I don't care. We changed. God didn't. Now, whatever you and your mate work out, okay. But the foundation is the same. Okay? It's the same. A man is the three P's. He's the priest, the provider, and the protector. That's his job. A real man can't help but to protect. That's him. He's the hunter. I miss the days when men walked straight up and tall and knew who they were. I miss those days. That's why I love good times. People keep asking me all the time, why you like good times so much? They was poor, they was in projects and all this and stuff. I liked good times because of James and the family. James became the dad. Everybody knew him before Heathcliff Huxtable on the Cosby's came around. You ask somebody who's the black dad? Oh, James Amos, John Amos, John Amos. He was the black man. That's the black dad. You know why? Because James was a hard worker and he demanded respect. He walked with his shoulders up. He walked with authority. That's how the black family used to be. Yeah, mama had authority. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Mama had authority because mama would knock you upside your head. But when she had that husband in the household, that godly husband, that man of God, and a lot of times them men didn't even go to church, but they loved the Lord and they made sure you went, and you better come home and tell them what you learned. Because a lot of times men was trying to see when their next paycheck was gonna come from so they can take care of their home. Oh yeah, you ain't ready. You know what? People hate me because they hate me. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't agree with everything that goes on to this day. I'm sorry. I ain't one of them. I'ma stand for what's right, regardless if it hurts me. Seriously. I wish I was still a virgin. When I met my husband, I used to tell my husband all the time, I wish I was still a virgin. I wish I had that to give you. And my friend used to say, girl, you are crazy. You know he's excited because blah blah. I don't care nothing about that. Y'all don't get it. What is more beautiful to give your husband on your night than you? All of you. For everybody that we sleep with until we get delivered, until God delivers us, don't you know you giving that person not only you but everybody else you done been with? And that's why a lot of marriages don't work. Because a lot of times for women, it's hard for us to get out of our mind how Johnny did us, how Kevin did us. You know, Kevin used to flip me this way, and Kevin would suck on that toe, and Kevin would do this, and now I'm with John, and John don't do nothing like that, and that's why every time we together, I be thinking about Kevin. You got to get single first before you can get married. And a lot of times we don't take that time to really, really get single. We don't. We don't take that time to get washed. We don't take that time to renew. We don't take that time to recompense. We don't do all that. We go from one extreme to the next. Yeah, because she know I'm a boo man. And she used to put them boos in my face, man. But oh girl, don't do it like that, man. Because she's not her. You know what? I love y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Pray for me, okay? Seriously, I just pray for me. That's all I can say because it's tight, but it's right. And I know people hate that. I'm serious. I said that was my desire. I didn't say women had to be like that. I used to tell my late husband, I wish I was a virgin when we met. I would have loved to give him all of me. And that's why I'm determined on this time around. Okay. I told y'all it'd be 5 years come April the 24th. It'd be 5 years. I mean August 24th. It'd be 5 years. And it might be 6 or 7. I don't know. Only God knows. I know he got somebody for me. And it'll be just like I'm a virgin because I'm not great. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm a wait. I'm a wait. And I'm not knocking no woman, no man who, hey, you do you. You do you. I said, as for me, I want my new husband to get all of me. I don't want him to say, well, since your husband, you've been with somebody, only 4 people. They can ask, since your husband, have you been? Mm-mm. Nope. Been waiting. Been waiting. And y'all, when I say I'm waiting, I ain't sitting over here piddling my thumbs and like, oh Lord. Honey, my life is full. Do you hear me? I ain't sitting here now. Mm-mm. But I know me. I love hard, and I got too much love to give somebody. Not just my body, but my mind, my understanding, my intellect, my love, my God given abilities, what God has called me to do. Like I got too much to give to just be throwing it out here, giving it to anybody now. It don't work like that. Yeah, I don't. I'm just saying this is something that you'd be surprised. Just my thoughts. You'd be surprised. I get a lot of emails and I love it. Y'all keep emailing me, okay? But I get a lot of emails and people are shocked to hear somebody talk like this because no preacher in the pulpit is talking like this. Nobody is talking like this. That it's okay to save yourself. It's okay to enjoy life while you're saving yourself. It's okay to refire your thoughts. Because a lot of times, a lot of people was raised by a lot of single women who were bitter, and it's gotten into them. And a lot of husbands have walked away from them because they were bitter. They couldn't let stuff go. They didn't know how to compromise. I ain't say let nobody walk on you. I said compromise. Because in a marriage, it's compromising, and people don't get it. It ain't just your way. And a lot of women, unfortunately, sisters, I love y'all, but you know I'm straight up no chaser. Unfortunately, a lot of women, if it ain't their way, it's the highway. You got to do what they want you to do all the time. You heard what I said. Well, that's okay then. You better not touch me. How you gonna put a grown man on punishment? I'll wait. It just don't make no sense. But that's what we've learned. And you got to unlearn some of that. You got to unlearn some of that in order to have a healthy marriage. Ain't no real man gonna put up with you putting him on punishment, and he'll tell you, "I ain't no kid." Ain't no real man gonna want to come home to you, and you always mad. What you mad about today? What's wrong now? 10 minutes ago you was alright. I come back in the kitchen, you pissed. What done happened? Nothing. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Anywho, um, not shocked. What's shocking is it the truth though. Okay? It just be crazy. And I love people enough. This is my ministry. I'm sorry. I love people enough to tell them the truth. You know, I do. And y'all think I'm something out here. You ain't, baby. I'm straight up. Woo, I'm like 100 times worse than this in real life. I really am. Especially when I preach. When I preach, I hold nothing back because I'm going. My spiritual father said, if I get you once, this may be the only time I can get you. So I'm gonna make sure I get you, and that way, if you'll know. Because a lot of people, a lot of preachers. Let me say this, gonna bust hell wide open because God has said say this, that, and the other to save a person's life, and they won't say it. Me, on the other hand, all you gotta do is tell me, and I'm gonna say it. I don't care no about how humans feel. I want to make sure I make it into heaven. And last but not least, I'm gonna tell this story because one of my butterflies asked me to tell it again. So here we go. And if y'all don't want to hear it, that's fine. Uh, but I made a promise, and I keep my promises. So uh I'm gonna condense this story because it's really a long story, okay? But I'm gonna condense this story. All right. One day when I was younger, I started working at a hotel. At this hotel, they put me with this lady they called crazy. They said the lady was crazy. Okay. The reason why she's crazy because she always talked about God. Okay. So to them, she was crazy. And she could see, okay, spiritually. So they put me with this lady, and I was in there with them. They already told me she was crazy. So of course I'm watching myself. So I'm in there with her. I was a housekeeper for the Radisson Hotel. And she was, talking to me. She introduced me to herself and all this stuff. And, she told me how to clean the bathroom and blah, blah, blah. So I'm in there doing me. She said, it's almost time for lunch. I said, okay, blah, 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 blah. So she said, what's your name or something like that. So I told her my name again. And she said, so you're in school? I said, yes, ma'am, I'm going to go to school. And she said, what you going for? I said, nursing, because at the time, yeah, I was going to become a registered nurse. I said, for nursing. And she said, you're going to go to school. She said, but you're not going to just go to school for nursing. Matter of fact, if you finish it, it'll be funny. And I said, okay. She said, no, God has called you for something different than that. She said, you're going to be, she said, you're going to heal people, but you're going to heal people. She said, it ain't going to have anything to do with nursing. So she was the first one. And what she didn't know is that as a kid, I was already laying hands on people, praying for them, and they was recovering and all that stuff. I know it's above some of y'all head. Move on. So anyway, she didn't know that. I hadn't told her. So then she got to saying something else that she saw. And I never said yes or no. Okay. So anyway, somehow I didn't see this woman no more. Okay. Years later, now I want y'all to roll with me. Years later, I went to this church they was teaching on healing, right? And since I'm a natural healer, some of y'all know what that means. Since I'm a natural healer, I was going there because you can always learn. You can always learn more. And I was sitting by this lady. No, I was sitting there first, and then this lady she came in and sat next to me and everything. And our chemistry was just like, "Hey, how are you?" She's like, "How are you?" And all this and stuff. But she looked so familiar to me, y'all. It was weird. I mean, I had never seen that lady before, but she seemed like I had seen her before, okay? And I didn't want to keep on saying, "Do I know you? Do I know you? Do I know you?" Like that. So anyway, make a long story short, after it was over, we walking out, we talking and everything. And because the man, the guy had already talked about, he was talking about something. And as we walking out, we talking about it. And somehow we got on heaven. Okay. We got on heaven. And I told her, I said, believe it or not, I said, I was listening to him. I said, but I've been to heaven. And she said, me too. I said, no. She said, no, seriously. And I said, I started off and I said, oh my God, the colors that's up there is so, there is no crayon in the box that's like it. It's so, oh my God. And she said, yes. She said, and the river. She said, her river's so clear. I said, yes. You know what, y'all? Anyway, so let me tell y'all. So I was standing in the hallway. Okay. I had to give y'all that first. I was standing in the hallway. In the hallway, it was black. Okay. And I'm like, why am I standing here? All of a sudden, a curtain moved back, and the curtain was purple because a light is like a light without a light bulb shined, and the curtain was purple. The curtain moves back. As the curtain moves back, it's a whole nother world right there. And I'm like, like this. So I steps in. I wasn't scared at all. I steps in. When I steps through those curtains, y'all, it's a whole world. When I tell y'all, oh my God, it was so beautiful. It was beautiful. And what happened was I'm standing there and I'm looking around and I'm looking around, and all of a sudden I just dropped in the grass. The grass was so green. Oh my gosh. It's not like any color green we've ever seen. Okay. And it's like it's so vivid times 10, maybe more than that. So bunnies was coming up to me. Birds was like, I mean, it was crazy. Okay. Um, and I kept hearing this sound. So I kept hearing this sound, and it was a beautiful sound. But I kept hearing this sound, and I kept saying, "What is that sound? What is that sound?" And somebody, I never saw the person's face. I just saw the robe they had on, the gold tassel. Okay, and I said, "What is that sound?" And the person said, "The flowers. Everything up here gives praise." Y'all, it was the flowers. They were swaying, and their swaying made their sound. That's how they praised God. They were swaying. All the flowers, back and forth, swaying. Just beautiful. And so then he's leading me, and I could tell it's a man. He's leading me on this path, and the path is gold. Like, but it's not like gold like we see. It's like a different type of gold. We get to this, it looks like a brook, and everything, but it's a river, okay? And this river has no ending, no beginning. It just is. But it's so crystal clear. It's so crisp, and it's so crystal clear that at the bottom of the river you see diamonds, and they're just sparkling. They're just, I mean, just sparkling. Okay. And I'm like, my mouth is open. I'm like, oh my goodness, and all this stuff. Then you see all these mansions. As far as the eye can see, nothing but mansions, 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 mansions. And not like the mansions on earth. It's clearer. It's different. Like if I had a sketch artist, I could have him sketch it. Seriously. The air is clear and the sun is bright, but it's no heat. And that's what was so odd. It's like the sun was just real bright, but there was no heat. None. You didn't get hot, but it was bright and beautiful, and everything. It was just so much. It was so much. Mm. Whew. Anyway, so anyway, I told y'all that and everything. So um back to the day. So me and this lady, we talking, we finishing each other's sentences about heaven. And it's so funny because she saw what I saw. That's what's weird. And I think at the time God sent me somebody to confirmate that yeah, I really did go where I went, you know. And so I said, "You seem so familiar." She said, "You too. You really do." She said, "I kept on sitting next to you, like, where do I know this lady? Where do I know her?" And everything. And so we're still walking. We're get in our cars. And then I said, "Have you ever worked for the hotel before?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "I used to work for the Radisson." I said, "That's it." And I said, "I'm the girl that you prophesied to." And she looked at me. She said, "You sure are." I said, "Oh my God." And we just looked at each other. All them years ago, I was that girl in that room with her that she was telling what was going to happen and all this and stuff. And the one they told me she was crazy. That was her. After all those years, God brought us full circle back to each other. And out of all places, church, out of all places, I had become more than what she had prophesied. I had become more than what she even knew I was already. And we just hugged each other and we just stared at each other. And I mean, it's like, wow. And I had to catch her up on everything. She said, "You don't even have to tell me. I already know that you're walking in your gift. I already know that you're blah, blah, blah." So let me tell y'all something. You may not ever know me. And to the person that asked me to tell this again, thank you. You did something for me today. This recaption, this story, just yeah. Y'all may not ever meet me, but it's gonna be something that you heard that when it manifests, you're gonna be like, you know what, Creole said, and this done came full circle. That's why I tell y'all all the time, when somebody love on you, don't take it for granted. When somebody actually cares enough to see about you, tell God thank you and to bless them people, because there's a lot of people that are angels unaware that you come in contact with. And a lot of y'all don't know. When you belong to God, He'll send you help. I'm gonna say that again. When you belong to God, He'll send you help. Just don't be so slow and unthankful, okay? That you don't tell God thank you and that you don't see it. Because once it's gone, it may not ever come back. And I told somebody this once before. I said, you better learn how to love on the gift that God gave you. Because once it's gone, it may not ever come back. And then you'll be stuck like, wow, I messed that up. Let's see. Uh, Hold on. I don't mean for my lives to be this long. I really don't. I don't mean for my lives to be this long. But God knows what He knows. Last but not least, I forgot about this. I can't keep doing it. Forgot about this. Um, Acts the 13th. It's in the New Testament. Acts the 13th in the first verse. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you. It says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch Okay, certain prophets and teachers as Barabbas. Wait a minute, let me go get it again. Hold on. Okay, now there were in the church that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barabbas and Simon that was called Nigger and Lucius of Cyrene and Manon, which had been brought up with Herod the Tortrich and Saul. And yes, to all my disbelievers, okay, Niger is nigger. Now, in real life, what I mean by that outside of biblical, they added another G to it. Okay. Now, let me break it down to you. It says called Niger. All right. Barabbas, even though we know him when they said, give us Barabbas, he was in the Bible. Okay. He was a key early church leader. That's what Barabbas was. Simon called Niger, aka nigger, blah blah blah. He was a Latin. It's a Latin. Let me slow down. I'm going too fast. It's a Latin derived surname Niger. Okay. Now that surname is a personal surname, also meaning black or dark. Okay, say that again, Creole. Okay. Most physical appearances, most biblical scholars noted that the name refers to Simon having dark skin complexion or dark hair. They call him Neger. And just in case you want to look at that, that is Acts, the 13th chapter in the first verse. Okay. Um, Lucius of Cyrene, a believer originated from Cyrene. Nanan raised alongside Harold the Tetrarch. Saul, also known later as Apostle Paul. Okay, Saul became Paul because he had a interaction. All right. So I wanted to teach that to you guys because what I'm saying, there is nothing new under the sun. My grandmother used to say that to me all the time, baby. There is nothing new under the sun. Keep living. Keep living. Okay. And so yeah, that word right there, we're gonna dig into it some more, but I wanted to give y'all the basis of it first before we dig into it one day. And okay, so should we? Here's the question, and I'm gonna put it on my community blog. But I'm gonna ask this question right now. Not that I want to answer. Okay, should we? Thank you, just my thoughts. Should we get upset if we are called nigger? Think about it. Don't y'all know that one of the books of the not the Bible? Don't y'all know one of the sacred books? I think it's Maccabees, Second Maccabees, third chapter, Second Maccabees. Don't you know? Now that's one of the things that they didn't allow in this Bible. Okay, and y'all do know that King James that they commissioned to write the Bible. Right? They took certain things from the Ethiopian Bible. Remember, I taught y'all that a couple months ago. They took things from the Ethiopian Bible and put it in Ethiopian. I don't want to call it a Bible, but the Ethiopian word, and they put it in this Bible. Okay, the King James version, and y'all do know King James was famous for demonology. He wrote a book about demons. Okay, he wrote a whole book about demons, and they commissioned him. They got him. They paid him to write what the Pope them wanted in a book, and they named it the Bible. Okay, but they took it from other teachings, transposed some stuff, changed some colors, and cut out some stuff. But in the Apocrypha, which is Maccabees, which is the spiritual teachings and the straight teachings of the biblicals, what happened in those, you will learn that you're not even supposed to honor. And you know what? Nope, I ain't gonna do it. Cause some of y'all y'all not ready for really teaching. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. Now, man, just X-A, scratch that, scratch that. But anyway, so yeah, we will be getting into this because that's the question. If it's in the Bible, okay, if it's in the Bible, and it also gives the definition and why, should we get upset if somebody call us a nigger? Is that really a bad thing? I know I got you thinking now, don't I? I'm a bad booger. I got you thinking. I got you thinking. I love it. Think about that. If it's in the Bible, okay? If it's in the Bible, New Testament, because Acts is New Testament. Should we get upset if that's what we're called? And on that note, I don't have to worry because I'm never alone. Oh, beside me. Come on. He guides my footsteps every day. Never alone. I don't have to worry 'cause I'm never alone. Yes. It's a cure. Walter Hawkins, come on. anymore. I don't think we should. I mentioned you in my list. Never alone. I don't have to worry 'cause I'm never alone. Never alone. I don't have to worry 'cause I'm never alone. Never alone. I don't have to worry 'cause I'm never alone.